Now, before I start this video, I just want to say, for the last 15 minutes, I've been screwing around with this thing, because apparently when I was recording, for some reason, this thing was dropping my voice down an octave, so I was sounding like this, and it was really weird and creepy. Kind of sounded like a certain other YouTuber who uses a voice changer, and who may or may not think that shotguns are not heavy enough. Alright, well in this video, I'm going to teach you about knives. Well, how to knifing, some knifing tips that I've learned from my countless hours being a masochist. With the event coming up too, there's probably a lot of new knifers or scouts who haven't done any knifing, attempting to do some knifing. So this is a good way to hopefully get you introduced to the mechanic and play style of using knives. Now, the way you'll be seeing me use knives in this might be a little bit different than what everybody else will be doing if you're not using a Minmatar suit, as the Minmatar Scout does get a bonus to knife damage. So you can do a little bit more with knives with the Minmatar Scout than you can with other suits. As with other suits where you would have to charge shot most suits, Minmatar Scout can just run by and slash them. So if you are a Minmatar Scout, then sweet. You don't have to do as many charge shots, which is real sweet. To give you an idea, I'm a level 5 Minmatar Scout with proficiency 3 in knives. At that point, the only thing you really have to charge shot are Galente Logis and heavies. Everything else pretty much goes down with 2 swipes, because not too many things have over 1,000 HP. So there's a lot of people who don't know how knives specifically work because the way that they're listed with their stats, what the stats show is the base damage of a non-charged swipe, and that's one. That's one single swipe. When you just press R1, your merc will actually slice twice. Do left, right, is it right, left, whatever. They swipe. So what you'll get is that number actually times 2. So I believe, I don't even know what standard knives do. Whatever that number is, it's times 2. I think it's like 90 or something small and tiny. So when you do a charge shot, that multiplies it by 2. So what you're gonna get if you do a charge shot on somebody, if both swipes connect, you'll do base damage times 2 times 2. To give you an idea, a level 5 Minmatar Scout with prototype knives and max proficiency will be doing 1,150 damage for a charge shot if both swipes connect. Unfortunately, that isn't enough to bring a proto heavy down, but you will bring down pretty much any other suit. Alright, now that we got the less interesting stuff out of the way, I'll teach you how to use these somehow effectively. First of all, the first thing you're going to want to do, skill into ZN13s. Standard knives suck. They're horrible. They'll get you killed more than you'll do killing. So skill into those advanced knives, it's well worth it. And not really too much SPs. You can do it in a week, so I highly recommend it. The next thing you're going to want to do is not put them on a shotgun fit. I see shotgunners running knives, and I'm just like, why? Why? The reason for this is you limit yourself in range so much. Like outside of 15 meters, what are you gonna do? Not even that. A shotgun doesn't even shoot that far. Like outside of 5 meters, you're effective. I mean, come on. Just don't make it even harder on yourself, and you know, at least equip a light weapon if you're gonna go knifing, or a sidearm that has some decent range to it, like an SMG or a pistol. Not the flaylock. Never the flaylock. The next tip I have to offer is avoid frontal knives. You'll get yourself killed this way, though you see me doing it here and there. I kind of do it because I know what I'm doing, I guess, and I know how much damage I can tank. So sometimes you can tank enough damage to get a frontal knife off, but that will be also because you're less than 5 meters away from somebody, so closing that distance is not really that big of a deal. So that being said, don't go for frontal knives. You should be going for a flank or a backstab. You know, always go for the perpendicular. You know, going straight at somebody is pretty ballsy. So I highly do not recommend you do it. Countering a frontal knife is easy. All you have to do is backstep or just shoot your face off. So as you're starting to learn how to use knives, stick to stationary targets. You know, that's the number one target that you should be going for. You know, moving targets are going to be quite a pain. You know, the more a target is moving, the harder it is to hit. So stationary targets, stick with those as you're learning. After you sort of get the feel for knives, you can start using some sort of techniques to sort of force situations that knives are good in. You can use grenades or suppressive fire to get an enemy to move behind cover so you can rush them, or have your teammates provide suppressive fire. A lot of people don't do this, and it's kind of sad, I guess. Nobody really helps each other out, but a guy suppressed behind a box, you know, you can run up and knife him real easy because he won't see you wrapping around that corner, and as soon as you wrap around that corner, you do so much alpha damage that it doesn't even matter. Those are really the basics. I don't know, there's not really, like, people ask me for knifing tips all the time, and it's like, I don't know, you just gotta use them and know when not to use them. CQC is your friend, so is situational awareness. So when you're coming up on a guy, you know, you just gotta know when your knives are the better choice or your gun is a better choice. And until you get real comfortable with the mechanic, I highly recommend just kind of screwing around and trying to hit inanimate objects as you're moving around the map. I do this all the time. Like, I'll pick a corner or some sort of grungy thing on the wall that's painted in the texture and try to hit it as I'm running past, as if it's a target that I'm actually going to take down. You know, you get in the habit of staying on the move while knifing. You can also practice on blues when you're not doing anything, where there's nothing really going on. You know, you can then practice hitting stuff that's moving and not have it kill you, because, you know, learning how to knife strictly in combat is going to be much more difficult than kind of practicing the movements out of combat, so that way you have a more relaxed feel, so you kind of build up that sort of like muscle memory sort of thing. And yeah, that's really all I have for you. I mean, I don't know, like, there's not really much you can really say about knifing. Just run up to a guy and knife him. You know, you just gotta be situationally aware. If you're a good scout, I mean, chances are you know where all your enemies are and, like, what good routes to take and how to be a good flanker. So, I mean, all of those things come into play. So, not too much strategy change between knifing and shotgunning. So, good luck out there.